Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and wish you a happy new moon and a happy new year of the snake. We are officially entering into this new moon of Aquarius. This is the first moon of the year. It is a moon of expansion. We need to set our intention, and have a repetition. Not a repetition, but whatever happened in 2013 after we left the Maya calendar and we left the end of the cycle of the. We had this big change in 2013 at the beginning of 2013. So now we had 12 years extension. We are officially entering into the age of Aquarius. And so I thank you so very much to subscribe. I thank you very much for your donations. It's very, very helpful for me right now and for your support to the channel. I came to discuss a few ideas. One is that we need to experience the full contrast of what is going on before we can be freed from the limitation of third dimension. It's like we had to have a complete understanding and fresh understanding of all of the human conditions, because there is so much diversity in the choices that every soul that incarnates on the earth, depending on the social level, on the culture, on the time we incarnate. It's completely different experience, and there is so much diversity. So and each soul has made so many choices, but as far as the Earth life, we all completing a karmic path. For it's like we have very long karmic history, but we have to deal with all of it to prepare for ascension for those who are ready for that. And the certain time karmic relationship can take a very long time to clear up and be balanced. Even when we practice regularly forgiveness and the ability to transcend, because it's discharged with energy, eventually will be discharged and classified in the memory file. And so just, but understand, we're clearing up all kinds of old energies and transcending and transmuting, and sometimes wondering why it's like about this karmic balance, and when about certain relationship. Of course, some relationship are just about pure joy. There's just because a karmic relationship will either be forgotten and fell into memory, or become dharmic and will become something really nice to appreciate and enjoy. But there is also a relationship, the deep relationship, that are only about joy and friendship and shared creativity. And we will continue to evolve into into more and more and more. We're going to continue to evolve in the dualistic state until we reach this point of unity, oneness. And then once we achieve that state of oneness, we'll continue to evolve and grow into more oneness. There will never be an end to the expansion of consciousness within the infinity of the reality of the Prime Creator, which is truly infinite. And it's like we're so far from. So for now, we need to find the oneness with our soul, our spirit, and our I am presence. But we'll continue to grow. There will always be more. We are all gods in the making. What we believe about ourselves right now and who we are in this conditioned matrix is just a shadow of who we truly are. Like Shakespeare said, life is but, in Macbeth, life is but a walking shadow. We're not Shakespeare, the will I am to shake the spear was an alias that Saint Germain took when he was Lord Sir Francis Bacon. He took this alias because he wanted to explore the darkness of the human soul, to know if he was ready to become the violet fire that would transmute all the darkness into light. We send greetings to our friend Saint Germain. He's a good friend and associate, a master. And we appreciate all his help and assisting us in the transmutation of our limitation. So it is we are all gods in the making, but in the experience of life that we're preparing for the ascension, we'll be experiencing both the positive and the negative, because this is how we grow. So we need to be not attached to the negative and cultivate the positive. And so, because ascension is an experience that is beyond what is familiar to us. It is something different in terms of reality. But it happens step by step, and it will accumulate in a final ascension into the ascended master realm, the angelic reality. For that, we need to move into full acceptance of who we are, where we are, and all that we are, and love of who we are, where we are, and all that we are, rather than resistance and fear. So we have to honor our journey, honor who we are, honor the voyage of our life, as well as to honor the life of everybody else. For it is, even those who are not interested in spiritual matter, yet we need to find souls that resonate with the higher frequency, so we can co-create together. And the body is learning to integrate higher frequencies of light. So it's just we need to go step by step, because it's like the body is not used to like very very high frequency. It has to come step by step, and we need to open the eye of our mind, the many eyes that the pineal gland. Everything happens through that. Once it's open, it will not close. It will not close again. It's like the Pandora's box, and will not always make sense, all that you see through your third eye at the beginning. But there is always, it allows us to see behind the veil, and there will always be more to see. No matter what we see through our third eye, it will always be more to see and more to experience. For the physical eyes are blinding us to the truth of the spirit. I'm going to pull a few cards. The observer of the day is going in circle. It's not going in circle. I understand that. It's sometimes we go in circle. It's chop up some wood. It's to be anchored within every daily task. The wisdom is about this marathon that is before us, going far. What we need to understand is to be the neutral observer. What we need to do is to align with our destinies. And the outcome will be the soulmates, for there is like this very important and powerful connections on the soul level that is going on. For in society, there is the dark ones, those who are opposing life and try to maintain the control. There is all the awakenings groups, the light workers and the star seeds and all that is constituted as people awaken. This group is becoming larger and larger, and there is the general populations, and most of the general populations are good people, and so just but they're not a lot of them are not ready to accept all that all that is the ascension will imply to go through the process of this internal transmutations, but because they accept and play the game of the dark, whatever's presented to them. So little by little we need to shift them one heart at a time. And but that happens because we are, it's from our own inner self that we're doing that, and we just go with the flow, because we cannot awaken someone who's not ready for it. So just give the permission of your guides of spirit to guide you. And so just very important to ask to receive and understand. We're doing a lot of things during our sleep time. So just ask before you go to sleep to be connected to your higher self, so you can retrieve information in the morning. And because there is all, even up there is a fight between dark and light, and there is an opposition of those forces on the higher plane, not the highest plane, but the higher planes. But the light has the upper hand, which was not the case during all the dark age. So now it's like we don't have to worry so much about that. Just be concerned with whatever spirit is presenting to you. So just what we seek is to become the master of our own destiny and to secure the cooperation of the source and the spirit, because God is with all. But if we follow only our egos, God will not interfere and will not be present. The higher potential will not be discovered. We need to cultivate love, to be heart-centered, and to purify our mind and our intentions. So we also learn to turn to the ethers as often as possible, the causal plane. We come from the ethers and we journey to the stars. We move from the stars to the innermost planes of consciousness. That is one key. We come from the ethers and we journey to the stars. We move from the stars to the innermost planes of consciousness. As we learn to do that, we connect more and more to our inner self, the quantum field, where all points are connected, and we are the hub. We are really where you here and now. It's really where life is happening. Yet it is still under the supervision of our higher self. For there is many facets of our multidimensional self that needs to be integrated. For that, we can tune in, turn in, ask the ascended masters and our master guides. We have master guides that are here, that are personal guides, and we have all the timers, the master guides of the ascended wisdom of the universe. For there are also descending wisdom, like perfecters of wisdom or divine counselors, or those are not evolutionary beings. They come from paradise to assist the universe. But there is beings that are both ascending, like archangels, but for us, the descending wisdom. They're not. They haven't came from the lower planes to like the ascended master to achieve angelic reality. They were created on high with the ability to serve the lower plane. So call on the archangels, your beloved archangels, and and utilize both ascending and descending wisdom depending on your sensibility and your level of awareness. But know that when you ask the spirit realm, they will reply once the spirit is quiet, when your mind is quiet, and when you're receptive to receiving their answer. What we conceive, we can create. Whatever we conceive, we can create. Whatever we think, we become, and whatever we feel, we make real. So it is very important to understand that, yet to ask that the will of God be done for you. So when we think wrong, when we conceive, when we imagine something that is false, and when we feel something that is misaligned, it does not manifest, because it is the will of God for us that needs to be manifested. To be the will of God, to be the final word and final destination of our life. Well, I hope this message was inspirational to you. I'm going to pull a few cards and sing a song. We're really starting with this new moon. It's a new cycle. Ganesh talks to us as the observer, as determination. So we need to be determined. The higher wisdom is understanding. We need to clear the path for new understanding. What we need to understand is insight, to listen to what the insight of your revelation from the Spirit is subtle. It's just a small voice that will tell you little things. Sometimes we resist a little bit also. Huh? Do not blame yourself, just know. What we need to do is the promise of the future, to direction and faith and hope, and be clear in relationship to what has been promised by the source. When the source promises something, it will always deliver, even if it takes time. And the outcome is belonging. We're gonna up where we belong. We're gonna come up with our soul tribe. We're gonna come up with our soul partners, these soulmates, and life is gonna get a lot better very soon. It's just we will learn steadfastness and to be really strong, and to hold our light to the process, to not let be stopped by the chaos on the way. And the observer of the day is forgiveness. What we need to do, the wisdom is to take risk, take a chance, and do not be afraid to take a chance, take risk. The more risk, the greater the rewards. What we need to understand is the flow. What we need to do is openness. So just be an open heart and an open mind. And the outcome will be delight. As we tune in to the divine within, the divine knows all things and has the highest good of all, and the highest good in deep understanding of what is the best for us, and it's doing all it can to bring it to us as soon as possible. Well, I'm going to finish with a song. I wasn't going to sing, but I'll sing this song. Which one do I sing? I'm going to sing this one. It's called Fly Me to the Moon. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with songs and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with songs and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Very soon start maybe a musical career. My voice is getting a little bit better each and every. I haven't really worked it professionally, but as soon as I get my home, I'm going to get some musical instrument and practice that as well. The observer of the day is authenticity. To sign on self, be true. What we need, the wisdom remains forgiveness. We're gonna. Forgiveness is not something that happens like, well, I'm forgiven all and it's done. We're always challenged to learn to forgive and forgive and forgive. What we need to understand is the one, the magician, the energy level, to become the one, to be the one, to be one with the one that is all eventually. What we need to do is joy, to cultivate joy, laughter, and the outcome will be enthusiasm. So there is a lot to be looking forward to, and I hope you do enjoy and prepare. This new moon is a good time to set good intentions. So prepare yourself for a wonderful year of transformation, and do not let yourself be distracted by all the negative narrative of the outside world. Focus on your inner light. Thank you so much. Namaste.